It's time for the show, and it's episode 75, which it's another viewer special. Thanks to FreeThinkRadio's lead cable puller, Dr. Ellis, and lead cable puller supervisor, Marthartha, a rerun was diverted by plugging the HyperCOMM straight into the FreeThink transmitters. Dr. Faux, that's me, was unable to make it to the Hypercube Studio due to it only being mere hours after his offspring had joyously erupted and splurged forth like so many landsquid before them. This show features your favorite moist rapscallion peas, as well as Scalpod, Guru Drew, Lord Ferg, Reverend Codeine, Indica, Dr. Cosmac, Elvis Martini, and others on the mic and in the chat room. This episode was already packaged by Dr. Ellis. I simply tweaked some levels and I'm putting it onto the site. There aren't any Patreon shoutouts on this episode because mainly they're the ones doing this episode. Enjoy!
You know, comedy is a feckle mistress. And so sometimes... Feckle. She's feckless. So anyway,
she's also fickless.
Things that were funny at one time, you have to let sometimes rest a little bit. Now you never give them up.
Say time again.
But then you let them cycle around. Now Fid and I called it the rule of threes. And sometimes I'll do bang, 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 three all at one time to make something that's not funny at all be funny. But banging chicks, which was kind of a reference to me masturbating, was a good joke for a while. It will be a good joke in the future. It's just not a joke for today. In this day and age where we focus on turtles.
So, Pease, say it ain't so. You mean you didn't bang all those chicks, man? We were thinking you were banging all
I
of
have
them,
to admit right here that I didn't listen to a word you just said. So.
That's nice. Well, then you're a perfect listener. We need more like you.
I dropped my chocolate onto the floor, and I'm picking hairs off of it.
That's how they discovered Reese's Pieces.
P, stick around. You should stick around. Where are you going?
I want to go look at my Jeep.
Yeah, he's gonna go look at his Jeep and masturbate.
Oh,
I put the new plate on it today, Reverend P's plate.
I love you. You expressed it. I just.
That's the burden of being the.
Well, you could express it if you squeezed hard enough.
Have we mentioned?
Please don't squeeze the peas.
Have we mentioned Triology soaps?
We haven't, and we should, because I just got mine today, and I'm here to say it is wonderful.
What's the difference between a triology and a trilogy?
I don't know. I'm not gonna do the bit that they keep.
I'll tell you what it is. A triology tries harder.
Okay. A try hard trilogy.
And a biology is open to all the experiences.
I think he's onto something here.
That's bisexual.
It's a genetic joke. It's yes. It's like biology, triology. Like then now that we're making babies.
Are you a straightologist?
With
or are
three
you
parents?
A biologist?
With 3 parents.
Are you a cytologist?
Are you?
I'm a septologist.
Sorry. What?
Oh, nice.
I'm just here to tell y'all I got my Triology soap. First one I ever bought today. Wonderful. It's a good product.
Have you used it? Or you just
yes. No, I used it. I got home from work. I was all sweaty and hot and gross. Jumped into the shower.
Have you stuck it where the sun don't shine?
And it was
Have you stuck it where the Bob don't Dobbs?
Was it even your bathing day, or you took like an extra
bathing day?
No. When I saw that show had sewn
in
up,
ancient Rome's when the bathing day would show up.
Even if I hadn't been all nasty and filthy and whatnot, I still would have jumped into the shower just to use it and try it. And let me tell you, my expectations were well exceeded.
I shave my expectations because it makes me itchy if I don't.
Sorry.
You're having a good time. You're having more fun than somebody should have on a radio show, to be honest with you.
Great Shaven Expectations. That's the novel that everyone has to read in high school.
They do. Sponsored by Jill.
Gillette Expedition.
Who is typing so loud? What the fuck are you
Not me.
It's certainly
like
it's certainly not me because hey, that sounds like
I wonder what they're doing in the studio. They're typing stuff.
That sounds like an old IBM.
I broke my mouse doing that.
Good.
My mouse fell apart.
So listen, you guys, as I turn over the reins of the show to
No.
I want you to understand the immense responsibility that Argus Q Fox, not an Esquire, and I, the Peas, the trust that we're placing into your capable, possibly hands.
I can't fix my mouse. It's not.
This does not bode well for the show.
I can't. I fixed it. There we go. I did it.
Remember, time for the show. The only show that doesn't need the people that do the show to be on the show for there to be a show.
Except for that, when the show isn't going to happen, people who aren't on the show and make the show happen in the first place. So exactly everything the opposite of what you just said, Peas. Thank you.
Yeah. I remember my first beer on radio.
What do you? What was it? Like a 3.2 or something? Like?
Oh, it's not Utah, dude.
That's right. You're in Nevada. I'm sorry. It's like what? It's one state. It's one. I always forget.
Listen, you're not going to come down here for my Divino in
your derival. You mean?
One of those things we're going to be doing down here when the Area 51 gets researched.
Oh, the Area 51 meme. We should talk about that. That's a huge thing.
He's going to be leading
that.
The show.
That needs to be the subject of the show. That Area 51 fucking shit. Like, we can't not talk about that. Come on.
We already talked about it.
We're not going to talk about it.
Did you?
I talked about it, yeah.
I was out getting booze.
Well,
here's what I want to know, Peas, though. You're going to...
for that.
Peas, from what you said earlier, you said you're going to go there, you're going to document, which is great, and I love you for it.
Absolutely.
But I can't imagine that that's all you're going to do. You're not going to, like... You know,
he's probably gonna pass out halfway through.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Way, like encourage them.
The last time I was there, and I was doing some geocaching, going to the mailbox and the back gate. Yeah, geocaching, bitch. I like to geocache. What the fuck of it, okay? I like to find treasures in the desert. First of all, Area 51. The geocache along there's like over 3,000 geocaches along 375 in Nevada because it is the extraterrestrial highway.
Sure.
And some of the best geocache swag can be found there.
No shit.
So let's put your guffaws away. Okay?
Check your
Put your guffaws in a fucking sack, mister.
If you want to get some premium high-quality crystals, you need to geocache along that highway, motherfucker.
Anyway, getting back to my tale of being in Rachel, Nevada, which is kind of in between the front and the back gate, I met this guy named Brian. He's a good old desert rat, and if you haven't lived down here, you don't know what that means, but that means a guy that goes in the desert and, like, he could never come back and you'd never know, but when he does come back, he's got a big sack of, like, gems and possum tails and Indian scalps and all kinds of stuff, and he's got tails to regale you with. Anyway, diner and Pam and I just got done doing some extensive geocaching. Thank you for putting your guffaws away. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no laughs.
And so then, well, that's good. I had warned you.
We are intrigued. We are.
Turn this story.
We are listening.
I'm talking to Brian because I have a tendency to talk to people that while they're eating and don't want to be bothered. And he looks out and says, "Hey, it's too bad you don't have a better take you out to the tungsten mine." Now, normally this might strike fear in when the desert right says, "Oh, I'm going to take you out to the tungsten mine." Well, out of 2000, it's a good question. Ford Explorer. It's one of the last Ford Explorers. It's a pretty decent four-wheel drive truck. But now that I own I'm meant because I've done things in my Jeep, no tungsten mines, that my truck could never. Right. So now I'm looking forward. So when over 1 million people show up, I hope that Brian shows up because then, oh yeah, hey Brian, thought maybe we head up. I'm gonna do my Bill Clinton voice when I talk to him too. Hey, do you want to do it, or do you want to finish the story?
No. I'm just telling.
Should I finish the fucking story that I started on the radio?
I'm aiding you.
Shit with the Bill Clinton voice that I initiated. Maybe that would be the way we'd go. This.
You know what? I think I'll finish your story. I'll finish your story.
Let me introduce myself to my little story.
Motherfucker.
Continue.
Anyway, I would just tell Brian, yeah, let's go up that tungsten mine, check it out, bitch. And we would go and we'd become good friends, and then I would come down with a big sack of gems and gold and then retire. And it'd be pretty sweet, I can tell you what. So I'm looking forward to that as I heal from my tumor removal. Now that's it for the tease. I'm gonna go because I'm gonna leave it to you guys. So much show.
Do you have to go? Do you have to go?
I'm gonna go because I want to see what you guys do. You guys are recording, right? You press the record button.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So we can edit this.
Recorded.
RC20.
No, there's no editing. Nobody does
RC20. I'm saying this, but you're supposed to be the responsible one. And he's muted himself. He's pissing me off. You know they can't get him to shut the fuck up. And tonight, he's just like, oh yeah, I'm not.
I feel like you're falling into a tiger trap of your own design, and I have no sympathy for you whatsoever. So enjoy the fall.
What's a tiger trap? That's when the Vietnamese piss on steaks, right? And
say tiger again.
Tiger.
You guys remember? There used to be this really cool restaurant called Sambo's.
Sambo's, yes, I got pictures of it. I'm gonna post one.
Because I think you just said tiger.
Story.
You said tiger.
I have a tumor in my neck, dude. What do you want from me?
Oh, okay. God.
I want a story. I want the end of the story.
That's why I'm getting it exercised out of my body because it's affecting my speech and my brain.
Have you still not had the surgery for that?
Thanks, you insensitive bastard.
I want the end of the story, which I know you can provide.
Shut up, stop while I'm talking.
Up till now.
What story?
Are you you're still doing the surgery? Is you haven't done it yet? I'm being fucking serious.
That's why it's so funny, dude.
No, it's not. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm saying
that again is why it is so fucking funny. No, I am not doing the surgery as we speak.
But you're
tomorrow. And I actually, just for your clarification, the P's will not be doing the surgery. I will be having the surgery done to me.
I think we all.
A lot of guys.
We
do the whole.
Like, oh shit! You're gonna cut the fucking thing out yourself? Jesus Christ! You're fucking amazing. No, I don't think it'll be. Yeah.
Come on, go.
But you haven't been through the surgery yet.
No.
Shit.
That's the lilt in my voice and the wink in my eye.
How are you concerned about the surgery at all?
A little bit, sure. Yeah, that's good.
To what degree are you concerned about?
Well, I'm worried about being hungry because I don't get to eat for long. And the other thing is that after they do it, I'm afraid I still won't be able to eat, so I'll be hungry for a longer period of time. I would be scared of dying, except I've never done DMT, and I read that
you should totally do DMT right now.
Right. Let me answer the fucking question and all this.
Yeah.
So your body releases DMT in extreme death-like circumstances. So I'm kind of, if I did die, I'd be like, oh, awesome, I finally did DMT. Other than that, I'm probably okay, because Carrots would be pretty sweet set up, because I got like a lot of life insurance policy on me. And of course, the Church of the Subgenius has a huge policy on me, because I'm the P's, and They're like, how long can he live? We can make some money on this.
Let me ask you a semi-serious question. What is your biggest fear?
Doing radio with people that have never done radio before.
Well, then we've crossed that Numicon, Necronomicon. What's the term?
I'm worried that if I went to a nudist colony, like here's one of my biggest fears, and this happened to me. You go to a gay bar and nobody buys you a drink, and then you leave and you feel like, what, am I not pretty? Even though you're not gay, you're
if
like
you watch with Triology soap.
But still, you feel like, hey, I'm pretty attractive. Why did none of these guys buy me a drink? And so you leave hurt. That's like one of my bad fears. I've talked about that on the show before. Though.
Well, let's imagine for a second that you don't survive the surgery, which I'm pretty sure you will. I think we're all pretty sure you will.
Fucking radio.
Can I have Pete's room?
But let's imagine for a second that you don't survive the surgery. What do you think your last thought will be?
Why did I spend so much time Monday night fucking doing radio? That's what I'm thinking. It might be something different by then.
It'll be the exact same thought he has when
biggest-
he does. It'll be the exact same thought he has when he does survive.
Yeah.
And
Probably my biggest fear is that I wouldn't be able to drive my sweet treat into the desert on my adventures anymore. That'd probably be my biggest fear.
Do you know that despite what happens, and you're not gonna fucking die. It's not gonna fucking.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
The peas cannot die.
Because you got such a great track record of shit.
But do you know that despite whatever happens, you are loved?
I prefer the term beloved, to be honest.
Be loved. Be loved. Be loved.
Yeah.
No, it's
Is that a
beloved.
term? Beloved?
Yeah.
Beloved. B-U-H.
Do I have to Google that now? I've never heard that phrase before.
If you
Beloved.
Google it, it's just...
Oh, beloved. I think that's more. That's probably more accurate.
He's
Because we
beloved
don't
for
know
all
you,
of his buzz.
but we do admire you. I think beloved is a term.
Secretly, I know that women want the pictures I send them, even though they say that I know that they're secretly enjoying it.
Beloved is dearly loved. A much loved person.
Peas, the thing that you don't understand is that all those women in quotes who ask for those pictures and enjoy them are actually they're the husbands of those women.
I gotta stop you right there. Nobody really asks for them. I sense when the need's there, and then I send them right out.
So you sense that it's actually the husbands of the women who need those pictures.
Either way,
Those pictures.
I like to keep my expectations shaved up, so it looks bigger.
Shaved.
So see, those of you that have been paying attention,
You
see how
don't
I
wear your
circled
peas
back.
mask when you're
I
nailing your
circled back and I referenced the expectations
Circle
of
the
shavings for
square.
a second time. So it's not funny yet.
It's called a callback.
But it's gonna
comedy.
I ain't gonna shut up.
There are some jokes that need to they get planted in the ground and they need to sit there for like years before they ever become funny. Ever.
Yeah, they're
Decades,
planted.
hundreds of years,
One day
years.
we'll all find hilarious.
Personally, Scalpod is very rarely right, but in this circumstance, he's 100% right. I have purposely, for the last 2 years, made so many unfunny jokes, knowing that in the course of history, they're like comedy landmines.
BRB in 500 years.
In the future, people will listen to this and be like, he was so ahead of his time, that beloved Peas. God, if only I'd have been a fan then. But they won't be. I'll be like the Robert Johnson. Oh, I remember them 27 songs that Peas did. They were super good.
Pretty sure the only person that could ever get away. What the fuck was his name?
Cutting out like that makes it.
Yeah.
We'll just
Peas. His name was Peas. We'll just assume that you're.
It was
Here's the thing, you guys don't understand. If something
it was that guy that
tomorrow,
wrote the.
something did happen tomorrow, there's a group of subgenius doctors that have already devised a plan, just like they do for the Dalai Lama. They will have certain personal effects of mine, and they will go to people who they sense might be the next incarnation of the peas.
The new peas.
See how they respond to some of my personal possessions. You know,
right. The unfortunate thing that Peas doesn't understand is that they're gonna bring all of that stuff to the pod. That's what Peas doesn't get. See, Peas is all knowing and all wise, except for when it comes to matters about himself.
Except when he's not.
They're gonna bring them to the pod, and then the pod will determine who the new Peas is.
It's like the sorting hat.
Exactly. See? Now he's got it! He got it!
Pod.
Finally!
The sorting pod.
Now he knows our relationship.
I've seen my future.
I'm glad that you've understood it before.
Not necessarily my future.
Inevitably going to die.
The future of the pea.
But what can I say?
Yeah, nothing everybody just said makes any sense at all. Everything
It makes perfect sense between Peas and Pod, and that's all.
No, you're all idiots.
You kids, that's a great way for Peas to segue out. You kids have the great show. I'll be out banging Miss Shima. Free lunches on Monday for everybody.
Hey,
Peas, in all seriousness, I hope everything goes well.
Oscar Wilde.
And
Oscar Wilde. That's your.
And don't forget Oscar Wilde. Don't forget.
BRB.
Yes.
You're exemplifying.
Capital BRB from Peas. And we expect that from you.
You're a Peas of Dorian Gray.
How long? Yes, Reverend Codeine brings up a good.
Codeine.
How long is that BRB piece? Because
what? What?
Peas is notorious for having
Goodbye, Peas.
different definitions for BRB, but we'll take him at his word. He'll be. It's no problem.
Oh my God! What is he? We're 35 minutes into the show. What even is the show?
When are we gonna have like the first?
What actually is the show? What's the show?
The show is the show.
But what is the show? Like, what are we doing here?
These shows
more than half the people who are in the chat are muted themselves. They've muted themselves. They've said, "I'm not going to be a part of this."
That's because they choose not to participate.
To not be a part of the show. So what the fuck is a show?
Well, who's your blind eye, Peas?
Yeah, who's your blind eye, Peas?
Peas has to go. Peas has to go.
No, he doesn't have time to go. He's got to give us his blind eye.
Peas got to go away. Peas is gone.
Even if Peas is gone, who's your blind eye, Peas means you. Who's your blind eye, Peas? Here's the thing you haven't understood yet, is that when someone says, who's your blind eye, Peas, they mean you. Because Peas is you.
No, that's too chaotic.
Everyone
that's
is
too chaotic. There's no structure to that.
Everyone is Peas. That is absolutely.
That is what do you mean there's no structure to it? If
everyone was Peas, we'd all be talking all the time, and it wouldn't make any.
No. Because when the Peas is.
Okay, so who's your blind eye, Peas?
My blind eye are people.
Yeah, guess what?
And by people, I mean
you're not
peas in quotes, who don't realize that they're peas.
Your blind eye.
That's my blind eye. My blind eye is people in quotes who don't realize they're peas.
Yeah, my blind eye is people who think they're not peas. So there you go.
You cut out there people who don't think they're what?
Peas.
Peas? What? Peas?
People who don't think that they are peas are my blind eye.
So we essentially agree, because I just said that.
I think we essentially disagree.
And you just said everybody's peas.
No, everybody who does not think that they are peas is peas. That's my blind eye. My blind eye is.
So all the peas. So therefore, all the people. There's peas are peas, and all the people who don't think that there are peas, and so we're all peas. So we're in agreement. Good job, buddy. Double thumb up. We are in total agreement.
We are peas if you please.
We are peas even if you don't peas. Now you're getting it.
So, okay, so I was thinking, if we did the Kill, Marry, Fuck, it shouldn't be the same corporations for everyone. It should be different.
There's lots of corporations.
Yeah, sure. But it doesn't have to be corporations. It could be people. It could be
it's always been people and stuff. I mean, I think the whole corporate angle.
But you never ask. But you never ask the same thing twice. You never ask the Kill, Marry, Fuck.
Okay, so then here's the thing.
Yeah.
The new Kill, Marry, Fuck is books. Go. Which book are you going to kill, marry, or?
Well, I think it's more important that you actually
No. Quit with all of this now. You asked me. I said the new thing. You said there need to be new things that we.
Okay.
So here we go. The new Kill, Marry, Fuck is books. So which book are you going to kill, marry, or fuck?
What book would I marry?
Lord of the Flies.
I think I would marry the exegesis of Philip K. Dick because I've had such a long relationship with it. And if I had to fuck a book,
yeah.
If I had to fuck a book, it would be The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I wouldn't marry it because The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy itself, the story has been through so many iterations. It keeps changing, and that's the idea behind it, is that every different from the previous version. And that was something Douglas Adams kind of invented. He was like, well, we did this originally.
I mean, other than like the Bible. But sure, he invented.
I would probably kill the Bible. I would probably.
Yeah.
I would definitely. I think I would kill the Bible because it's got some good stuff in it, but it's
got them. It's got them sexy angels from Sodom and Gomorrah in it.
So what about books is a good generic kind of phrase. Who's next?
I think I would fuck those angels.
Dr. Ellis, what books would you?
Dr. Ellis, what do you think? If we're talking about books, which book would you kill, marry?
What book would I kill, marry, or fuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a weird question, sure, but
it's a nice game. I think it works.
So this is gonna be like 3 out of the 7 books I've ever read my entire life.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Doesn't matter. Just pick one.
No, you've read more than 3, so.
Okay, we're gonna go full out with this. Kate, what do I have to start with though?
Whatever you choose.
Kill, marry, or fuck.
It's whatever. It's up to you.
Let's say kill. Let's start with the beginning.
What book would I kill?
No, fuck it. That's. What book would you marry?
What book would I marry?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. I think if I had to choose, it would probably be the Prince Caspian installation of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and that whole song.
Lewis.
That was probably like one of the funnest things I ever remember reading as an actual book, because it was like, wow, this is like some cool shit, and I was a kid. So I think that would be it, just because it was fun.
What would you kill?
Oh. I don't know. I think one of the hardest things I ever read was this book called Black Like Me, and it was a pretty cool concept back in the 60s. This guy started taking meds and injections to make himself look black so he could hitchhike through the southern states to experience the black thing. But every time I turned the page, I had to realize that, like, wow, this book was written in the fucking, like, 60s and shit. Like, this is real. Like, this isn't a creepypasta. This isn't something stupid on the internet. This is a book.
This was somebody's actual account.
It's an actual account.
You feel like it was genuine then?
Yeah.
So why would you kill it? Why would you kill that book?
it was hard to read, man. Like a lot of the situations that he put himself into, like he'd be hitchhiking and the white.
Are you saying you would
ask him? They'd be like, "Hey, man, like I heard black people have big dicks. Show me your dick." You know, and he'd be like, "Oh my god, like this poor fucker just really had no idea." So like, I'm not really killing the book. I'm just killing his stupid idea
of the book.
Because like he died at like a young
premise.
Not really young, but he died at like 60 because of the shit that he did to himself to make
he was a stupid
black.
fucker.
Like he just didn't do the blackface. Like he fucked with his body's chemistry to produce more melanin and make himself a black man. And if nobody's ever read Black Like Me, go ahead and read that. It actually happened.
But you think that's a valuable read?
Yeah, I have some twisted values.
No, I'm not criticizing the value. So, it's funny that you would consider that a book you
If I was gonna kill a book, honestly, it would probably be Revelation X. Honestly. I just thought it was, you know, not that it was a too soon, it was just like a bit of a too much. It's like, yeah, you kind of did this already.
Wait a second, too much from the people who told you to eat the hell out of a hamburger?
Yeah, but it wasn't anything, it wasn't like a fresh burger. It was, you know,
Well, that wasn't necessarily there in the original.
Now, so I've done fuck and kill, and I'd have to marry a book, or was I going to marry Prince Caspian?
You're gonna marry.
No, you're gonna marry Caspian. You're gonna Lewis, the Christian fantasist,
No.
I think
who
we should
who had the homo fantasy relationship with J.R.R. Tolkien.
No, if I was going to fuck any book, it would be Ed the Happy Clown.
See, that seems to me like you're reversing fuck and kill. Because the one that you said for kill is...
No.
These reverse those, but Ed the Happy Clown, it's like a graphic novel done by this Toronto artist named Chester Brown. It's about this clown. He accidentally breaks his leg in 3 places on his way to an orphanage to dance for children, but the orphanage burns down, they're all dead, but there's this pygmy problem there's this rat problem in the city, so they have to drop pygmies from airplanes to eat the rats, and the day just gets worse from there.
Is this the kid's book?
Sounds like it to me.
This all happens in like the first 5 pages.
Is this
You're like,
This was like based on a true story.
What demographic is this book aimed towards?
Like the average day of a circus clown downtown Toronto. Like, this is what happens.
It's so absurdist
Market
approach to it. Yeah, like, but just honestly, is this a kid's book?
No, it is not. No, the president's head gets somehow grafted onto the end.
So it's a
Happy
adult
Clown's
book,
penis.
kind of disguised.
No, it's an adult book in quotes.
Yes.
You know, adults.
And it ends horribly. Like, there's no happy ending for anybody. Maybe I would.
Welcome to most of the movies I've watched in the past decade.
I know, I would kill, without a doubt and without hesitation, The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway.
Yes! Good choice, Marthartha.
So you
And
give
tell
her-
us, and tell
give
us
her that
why.
book.
Tell us why.
Yeah, why?
What has this book done to you?
It's simply the worst. I had to read it in grade 10, probably along with thousands of other high school kids.
Oh.
And
They
no,
made us watch Water
Dude,
Down in like grade
this
3.
is a fucking 110 pages.
I have
literally
reread
a
Watership
guy
Down
in a
countless
boat
times
getting
by choice.
pulled out to sea by a giant fucking fish. And when he finally catches the fish and it fucking dies and he starts hauling it back, it gets eaten on the way back by a bunch of other little fish.
Sad trombone.
It sounds like Moby Dick, but with like extra.
What was the
Except for there's a big difference because the fisherman and the fish die. Big difference.
Yeah.
name the book again? Was this?
The Old Man.
The Old Man and the Sea.
Old Man and the Sea. Okay.
Yeah, and it's not profound, and it's not deep, and it's fucking pointless. And
Do you think there's no message? behind the what happens?
Yeah, it sounds like he was just going for a reboot of Moby Dick, but with smaller fish.
No. Fair enough. I never read the old man. I don't know. Fucking
Well, that wouldn't make it any better.
No, it doesn't. It's just sort of, you got to put it into a current year context,
So by comparing it to a previous older piece of literature,
it makes it much more exciting.
What other books about fish have there been? Well, not many.
Yeah, see, what Ernest Hemingway was doing with that was he was trying to make money, you see.
So unlike every other author that has ever lived in the entirety of the human history ever.
I don't know if that's true. I think a lot of authors produce stuff that has nothing to do with financial benefit. I think there are a lot of authors, and especially good authors, that have been hailed by the history of authoritism, that have produced stuff that they just wanted to produce. They weren't interested in money or capitalizing on what they think would sell the biggest. I think there's a lot of authors through the time that were just expressing themselves, and they were just writing what they wanted to write.
Well, except for the case of The Old Man in the Sea, they were expressing Moby Dick.
Well, this I don't know anything about that particular. I don't know anything about that thing. I'm just saying it's wrong to assume that every author done what they do for a financial interest. That's sardonic. It's fucking,
Well, it's just as foolish as assuming that every author is
right.
for a particular reason, which you
can't assume everybody who's ever produced anything is a genius.
They have written it for. I mean, who are you? Really, you know better. You know, writer was wanting to write to, and you know what they're producing. You know what
they're party. Party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I get you.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly reasonable. Totally reasonable.
Well, it's neither one or the other.
Whoa. Wait 1 minute there, Elvis. Was that Jader Device 3?
So Jesus, please, party!
Yes, it's sure the
No, we're gonna hang out. No, we're gonna go. Nice.
Bring the atomic bomb and out.
Party! Hang out! We're gonna fucking hang out. Be cool. Be cool.
Yeah, bring the bad pills because it's some genius.
I'm sorry. I like to bring up Jana because it pisses people off, but also, fuck.
Not me. You will. I guarantee you can bring up Jane all day and all night, and I never piss me off. Skelpod loves Janer, and I don't care what any of y'all say about him. I know that he's just a washed-up old has-been sticking his head into a prop television set somewhere, like a homeless person in Southern California, and begging for change. And I don't give a shit. Doesn't matter. It doesn't make anything that he ever said any less potent or real or meaningful.
That's true.
Anything that anyone else ever said.
So very valid. That's how logic works.
But y'all? Yeah, but y'all? Yeah. Exactly. You know it.
No, I don't give a shit.
Fox was here.
Just saying what's funny.
Stuff and then he left.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the truth, baby. It's my
Who's talking back there?
Nothing.
There aren't enough.
I was just playing.
There aren't enough. I'm starting to feel like too often there are these wives or girlfriends that are kind of hanging out in the background. Like, fuck it, I want to hear what they're saying. I want to hear what, I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid.
You're not stupid. I mean, you may be stupid, but we're
I
all
just keep hearing these voices, these feminine voices that are chiming in, and they're inaudible.
And they need to have their own
And it's like,
channel.
why the fuck aren't they part of the conversation?
Well, one of
What's
them
going on here? Are we
they're with
sexist? Are we-
Dr. Ellis. And they're sharing a mic because they're Canadians. So you need to get with that whole thing. They're Canadians.
My
They
bad.
share stuff.
Canadian socialism.
Exactly.
Yeah, that thing.
Get over it already.
Lox is back.
I don't know.
I'm
Quit
still here.
assuming so much. Are we gonna play Is It a Band or what? I mean, I've got a whole list of bands ready to go.
I've got a band for you. I don't
need any more bands, brother. I've got like
it's called Women Don't Speak.
Not a band.
Is it a band?
Probably a band.
Is it a band? Women Don't Speak.
If it is a band, I'm gonna assume you are the front man for it.
Oh, really? I'm the one.
Yeah,
I'm the one.
I'm
the one stopping all the females from voicing their
I'm
opinions.
gonna assume
Loudly.
you're the one.
I'm the one.
Well, it's certainly not you because you've been so supportive up till now.
Oh, well, it's a conspiracy.
Up till now.
That's how I pretend.
Up till now, you've been so supportive. Up till now.
Peace party. And suddenly silence.
Hey, you guys had like a little jam going there.
I was working on it, but I don't want to.
Check it out. You check it out. Once I got it. Okay.
Yes, I've been
Oh god.
playing with the background music. I've been trying to find a way to get like silica gel and stuff over to the other one, but instead we just been listening to regular ambient and video game soundtracks.
That's fine. That's most of what we all listen to anyway.
Why are there so many people on the chat that have their microphones muted?
I don't know. Did Pease mute the whole channel on his way out of here?
Hey, GLaDOS, say something. We've been goading. Say something. Come on, go on.
GLaDOS is like a bot. I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna swallow my microphone. Somebody else says something.
We're all in the Time for the Show channel.
Gladys is
D Indica? Who the fuck is D Indica? Like, what?
I don't know.
I don't even know.
See, here's the most mysterious and suspicious aspect is that Doc Fox himself is in this channel and yet he's muted.
he got on the top. I'm going to eat it.
I'm gonna eat levels on the show
works,
suck.
right?
I'm gonna chew it all.
I almost heard him for a second, but somebody's whispering was too overpowering.
He's been sitting night, breathing all night.
Hands.
He's been firmly
Do that again. That was cool.
shouting push.
A lot of coaching.
Yeah, and catching.
Congratulations, Doc Fox.
Coaching and catching.
Yay!
Good job, Doc Fox. You did it.
You reproduced.
You copied yourself. Well done.
Good job, guys.
See, the real problem is going to come with
Again.
Doc
the
Fox.
copy actually resembles himself.
Congratulations, Aster. Aster should be one to.
Yes, it has very little hair. That's very good.
They need to do Wednesday Mother.
Striking resemblance.
We could applaud Aster and all of her efforts, except for that. Really, I mean, who
Alright, fuck it. Let's play Is It a Band?
Seriously.
Fuck all this shit. This is dumb. Nobody's getting her. Oh, wait, I heard Ellis. Hey, Fox. Ellis? No.
Hello? Check 1, 2.
You're very quiet.
10, 2, 10, 2.
Oh, hey, what's
Audio
up,
check.
Fox? Are you speaking live from the hospital?
It's like at the bottom of a well
Actually,
somewhere.
no. I am not at the hospital. I'm on my way there now. I am headed back to it.
Where were you prior to the hospital?
At
Say
the
what?
hospital.
How dare you leave the hospital?
Well, you know, until that Patreon gets like a couple extra zeros at the end, old Doc Fox still has to go to work.
What?
So Fox,
I am actually leaving work to go back to the hospital.
What is
to the baby.
do you have any worries? Is everything good?
Everything's going great except for like this show and like the levels on this show.
This
are,
show
like,
is
terrible,
phenomenal.
and there's all this dead air, and it's 11 o'clock. You know, it's 5 to 11 Eastern time, and I haven't heard anybody even mention, you know, coming back from a song break or going
Fox,
through that list.
Would it make things better if we posted pictures of your baby on Pizzagate forums?
It would help, yeah, just this baby timefortheshow.com. Save this baby, hashtag Pizzagate. Hashtag Subgenius Baby Party.
So we should insinuate that you are taking your baby on a tour of Europe to have sex with elites in Europe.
Like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Europe?
Yeah.
Far from home.
I mean, we gotta get some passports going for that.
Can somebody just post a fucking peas face on the baby? Nobody's done that yet.
No,
well, we don't want to desecrate the baby.
Dude, why not?
Well, I was talking very briefly to Unky Stang today, and he asked me if I had decided to name the baby Peas, and the only response I had, well, she does cry a lot, and seems to complain a lot, but so far it seems like the baby has a better track record of being on the show than Peas. Where's Peas?
Yeah! Well, he was here earlier.
Yeah,
in his defense,
vacation or something.
As the pod, I have to come to his defense. As the pod, yes, he was here. He got us off to a start, and then he bailed.
I'm on the interstate right now, yelling into the clownhead microphone connected
basically,
to
if I can quote
array.
If I can quote Peas, basically in Peas' defense, fuck you, I think is what he's.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's time for the show, and I got.
No, it's well past time for the show.
So yeah, you guys enjoy that post show. But I'll catch up with you guys later.
Hey, Doc Fox, Doc Fox, you enjoy that post baby, okay? Enjoy that post baby.
I think I got a few more years until that.
No, I mean that baby is a post baby. I mean it was way after it was to arrive.
I don't know, man. I think they got here and then just didn't want to come out for 9 days.
I mean, look at you.
Typical subgenius.
Tell them what you don't want them. All right, guys. Have a good time.
We love you, Dr. Fox.
Don't just birth that baby. Birth the hell out of it.
Oh, there he went.
That was nice. That was nice. Come on, y'all. Just admit it. That was nice.
Nah? No, I'm depressed now.
You cold-hearted old fuck.
I'm sad. I'm just sad because...
What, because he successfully cloned himself?
I don't want a kid. Kids are... I don't want a kid either. I'm sad now. Just sad.
Look at it this way. You don't have to worry about the death of humanity who you don't care about anyway, because there are always people out there giving birth. You don't even have to worry about the death of the subgenius, because there are always subgenius who are out there giving birth.
What about the new people that just keep coming to this world? They just constantly, they're subjected to the dumb shit.
Well, they didn't ask to be born. That is a key point. I mean, when we're talking to Will, It's like, do you remember being asked to be born? I don't remember being asked to be born. Like, at what point exactly did you choose to have choice?
Choose to have choice.
At what point did that happen?
When did you choose to have choice? Choose to have choice. That's funny. How do you choose to not have choice?
Well, exactly. How do you choose to have choice or not have choice? But do you remember having that choice? Do you remember the point at which you were offered the ability to choose from here on out, or the ability to succumb and not choose from here on out?
I remember the inability to filter information. I remember what it was like to be a person who thought of things coming to you as anything that affirmed ideas were accepted, and anything that went against the ideas were not necessarily rejected, but they were, in a sense, rejected. They were not accepted immediately, and so there was the earliest form of critical thinking, where you sort of analyze things that come to you that don't agree with you, but you accept things that agree with you, and that's where it all stems from. I'm getting into a totally different discussion. Also, I might be drunk. And the air might be dead, and I'm continuing to say things.
Just keep talking. Don't let the air be dead.
So, I happened upon... randomly, I find myself at a Google search of the picture of Dorian Gray.
The picture of Dorian Gray?
Yeah, which I think
is that famous painting of a guy.
No, it's not. No, what? It's not a fucking famous painting. It's a fucking fictional book.
Well, that makes it.
What are you talking about?
It makes it totally not famous at all. Nobody knows about it.
No, it's famous.
Nobody's ever heard of it.
It's a fictional fucking novel. It's a fucking famous fictional novel.
Nobody's ever heard of it. Nope. Sucks to your asmar. Nobody's ever heard of it.
I'm triggered. I'm feeling very triggered right now.
Hey, this is not an open carry channel. All right, you cannot bring your weapons.
This is Canadian radio.
That's right. Listen to her. She speaks truth.
So I feel like the picture of Dorian Gray, that I am the picture. So it's not this world where you live to excess, and you can do whatever the fuck you want to do, and the picture bears all, and then eventually there's a horror ending. No, I feel like genuinely like
I feel like there's someone out there other than you who's living it up. Woohoo! And you are suffering all of the consequences of
I feel like I'm adequately
hedonistic lifestyle.
I think I am suffering the consequences of a hedonistic
you say no, and yet you say yes, so we're agreed.
No, I think that the idea that you can get away with being an asshole and
here's the important thing. You can't get away. The portrait, the painting can get away with it, but you.
But who's that?
You can't get away with it.
Who can? Who can?
The painting, the fictional painting character. That's why it doesn't work out so well for you, the real human.
You have people cutting out.
No, I think the chat just went dead because we talked about something incredibly real.
It's just a natural pause in the conversation.
I cannot find my.
Doc Fox is trying to give us. He's trying to give us information here. I might be able to help. I don't know. I have Cubot powers, which are kind of like mutant.
Oh, fuck off, Fox! You got a kid. Fuck off.
I'm looking here. I don't. As far as I can. So. Let me see. Maybe I.
What games haven't we played yet? We've done.
The band.
Well, we haven't done the band. Yeah.
We've not done as a band. We have not done.
We don't need to change the rules.
Apologies. I'm just gonna keep burping until
That's a good sign.
something happens.
We need to play as in the band. And
Do we?
Oh, absolutely.
Do we?
Kidding me? It's like.
Actually, we should.
Yeah, it's mandated.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Let's do that.
It's a thing.
Let's move on from retarded, pointed conversations about things.
Yeah.
To some dumb shit. Just
That's
go to the
one
dumb
you
shit.
should have been. I've got a bunch of good ones here, and some of them may even be your actual
Nice.
missions.
If they are mine, I'll pretend they aren't.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't. Yeah. I mean, you should, because that's a good strategic tactical.
Squawpod, you sound so much more intelligent in real life than you do in text.
Than I really do in real life. Sure.
No, man, text isn't real life. Voice is more real life. I feel like Hannibal Buress.
That just goes to show you the bias that you have for audio. If you hear it, you think it's real, more real than if you read it.
I'm more inclined to
What this tells to me is that you failed the Turing test. You, the human being,
Do you know what the Turing test is? Do you know?
I absolutely know what it is, and I know that. So
you don't know what the Turing test is. This is
We're
bullshit.
gonna move on. So all I need to know.
Hey,
is who
Turing
is
test.
playing.
Is it a band? Turing
That's
test.
a good question. Save it for
Turing
later.
test.
That's a good
save
question.
it for now. Save it for now.
Who is going to play in this current round? These is league rules. But
Obviously,
this
I
shit
will
is going to
play.
count
I
whether
will
you
play.
get a card or not. So
Who's playing? Who else is
I'll
playing?
need to think
Hey,
about
the fucking
this
mic
carefully.
silence. Why the fuck is everyone mic silence?
I'll play.
I'm in.
Come
Okay.
on.
Got the Canadian team today.
3. That's 3.
Caller, why are you muted? Reverend Negative, why are you muted? What is with you guys? I haven't muted you. These guys haven't muted you. Quit muting yourself and then looking for sympathy.
Yeah. What is going on?
Is this another peas trick? He's like, oh yeah, I knew that. Sorry, I didn't. Fucking peas.
Fucking peas.
That's right.
I blame everything on peas all the time, ever.
Alright, I'm gonna look here and see if I can do anything. Okay, I'm gonna switch this. I'm gonna make a change in the channel and let's see if this takes. No? Still nothing. God damn it. I just gave everybody who joins this channel the ability to speak and they're still all muted. Which just suggests to me maybe the problem is there. Deafen members. No. Let's not. Mute members. No, we don't want to mute members. Not save changes. All right. Did that work? We got somebody. We got someone. Oh, that's Fake Drew. Fake Drew keeps popping in and out. Quit messing with me, Fake Drew. Reverend Negative, Caller, and GLaDOS, who I know is also bot. You're just going to have to do without. Are we ready for Is It a Band? Play. Chime in. I need names. Marthartha.
Ready to go.
Yeah. I like that enthusiasm.
Ready to maintain
else?
my perfect losing streak.
You never know. Hey, you never know. It could happen. It could happen.
No, Scalpod. Drew tells me that he wants me to play. Is that okay?
We have the master of voices, Guru Drew.
No, senor, my name is Pedro.
Absolutely. Pedro. Pedro, on behalf of Guru, is here.
I want to play with.
He wants to play with us, yeah. And who else do we have? We have Marthartha. We have Doc Ellis, yeah.
Yeah, I'll play.
Doc Ellis, yeah. He knows. Who else do we have? For easy opinion.
What?
I'm having a very tough time trying to mark the spots of this bridge. I'm not having a good time.
Who is?
Very upsetting.
You're not the only one.
I wish I was better at this.
Who doesn't?
Like, why can't you just do something and have it work? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I just lost my pipe in a fucking room that's 6x6, so
Oh, yeah?
I don't think you have room to complain.
Yeah, I believe it, man.
What the fuck? Where the fuck did I go?
You can drop a fucking bright orange guitar pick on a green linoleum fucking floor, and that's it. It's gone. It's in.
Are those Doors lyrics?
now.
That's from a Doors song, right?
I don't know.
You can drive green
Dylan tune.
over the floor.
Leave the wandering.
The thing with the my fucking I can't even.
Oh, Ballad of
People are strange when stranger. There it goes. There it is.
No, Scalpod. I have a question.
Scapa. Who's French here?
Not me.
Scapa.
I see.
Somebody was talking to Scapa.
Hold on, I think see.
Parlez-vous conseil à la boue, ebelibidoo. That's not French. Who's on Dr. Elsa's chat now? Like, we were already trying to figure out who the fuck was on Drew's chat earlier. Who the fuck is on Elsa's chat?
Fuck final.
Ah, fuck, I just burned my nose. Burning a bowl. God damn. Something's wrong with me.
Well, there went some sunglasses.
Ah, there we go. That's
What
better.
happened to Scalpod? Isn't he running the time for the Is It a Band show?
Scalpod has personal problems.
I'm here. I'm trying to run it, but it's just like impossible because you guys are.
Yeah, Scalpod is
It
doing
won't
it.
stop me. It will.
The guys that
stop
jumped
me.
on him and said, what was that? Chris Hansen. Chris Hansen jumped out one day and like, Scalpod, what are you doing here? And Scalpod was like,
And then we were just like John Wayne Gacy, and then
he was totally John Wayne Gacy.
and
He just John Wayne Gacy.
and then Elvis Martini was just like, "Hello."
Yeah.
Big gay voice, you know, like Elton John.
But nothing beats the John Wayne being John Wayne Gacy about it. If you've
If
got
you're,
no choice,
if you're gonna be a John
you've got a
Wayne,
John Wayne Gacy about it.
if you're gonna be a John Wayne, be a John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah.
John Wayne. Fuck.
Fuck. I didn't realize that I was muted.
I just burned my
And
knuckles.
So Well, there are worse things to burn. And I'll show you later. Look, the question is, all for none. Is it a band?
Nuns.
I'm going.
Not all for one, all for none.
All for none? Who goes
All
first?
for none. N-O-N-E.
I will.
None.
I'm going to say yes.
Who's that?
That's Dr. Ellis. He says yes.
Yes, it is a band. It
All for none. All for none?
Like a greasy.
No, not nuns plural. Just all for none.
No.
Because you have all for one, right? Is a common expression. This is all for none.
So, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Ellis. What were you saying?
Yes, it's too simple to not be a band.
Okay.
He's into it.
I'm also gonna say yes, but I think it's more of like a early 2000s emo band that never really went anywhere.
Specific. I like the justification.
But yes, I think, and they probably have a MySpace page that's still up there.
That still exists.
Yeah.
I
think that's where we're
understand.
gonna find them.
I understand. You could be right. You could be right. We'll see. We'll see.
I think I think it's not a band, but if it was, it would be a MySpace-based band that is incredibly religious. And I think that's about where it goes.
Okay. Now this is just so I'm clear. This is Elvis Martini.
Not a band. I'm saying not
This
a
is
band.
Elvis Martini registering not a band.
Yeah, but if it was, it would be super hardcore Christian religious. It would be like they would definitely have a MySpace page, but they don't. There's no way.
They don't.
There's no way.
Clearly they don't. Well, the answer is that it is a band. Not only do they not have a MySpace page, but they have their own website.
No shit.
And their own Wikia, even.
What?
Their own Wikia entry for such a band. Yeah.
Jesus.
Pop punk, eh? What the fuck is third wave ska? I didn't know there was a second
wave.
I didn't know there was a second wave ska.
Yeah, that's
Ivy, but worse.
But Off
That's the
Ivy can't
problem.
be second wave ska. They're like OG ska, aren't they?
No, not really. You get like the shuffle.
What's wrong with just ska? Like, why can't you just be ska?
You can't just be plain old ska anymore. That's faux pas. That's faux pas ska.
Ska pod. Ska pod.
Cracker ska, or would you consider that more reggae?
It's faux pas ska.
Yeah? Like the Israelites? That's kind of reggae, I guess.
I don't trust anybody named Ska Pod to teach me about ska.
It's a little.
You're catching on. You're catching on. Barely, but you're catching on.
Barely.
Okay. Round 2.
Okay, you win.
Okay. Round 2. The band name is Pterodactyl.
Oh no.
Oh jeez. I want to say no, but
I want to say it is a band.
He wants to say no, but what will he say?
I said no.
I want to say yes, but I'm afraid it's not.
Marthartha, Marthartha, I'm just going to go first. So, give it a little thought. Pterodactyl. What do you think? Is it a band?
No, I don't think it's band. I think it should be. I think
Should be a band. It
In
definitely
a
should.
perfect world, it would already be a band.
Well, we know we don't live in a perfect Pterodactyl.
And they would have the most kick.
You need to play for points, dear. Play for points.
The best logos, the best imagery, best album art. It would be terrific, but I don't think the world has progressed that far yet. So I'm going to say no.
No pterodactyl. Okay, Dr. Ellis, what say ye? Pterodactyl.
I think I'm also gonna go with a no on that.
He agrees.
I know we've had a lot of pretty bad Christian rock over the years, but they've always had like kind of tough sounding average metal rock names, and Pterodactyl
Never that clever.
Yeah, if it was a band, it's probably like some like Muppet mascot wearing children's show band. You know what I mean? Like it's probably some like Christian rock Sunday morning fucking TV show band. But
in the Netherlands.
Yeah, in the Netherlands.
From the Dutch, of course.
Well, because there is like
metal kid shows.
What the fuck is
Oh yeah, they love that shit over there.
There's Rockosaurus or something like
that.
Yeah. Yeah, so like maybe, but I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna go no.
All right, I'm gonna put you down for a hard no. No from Dr. Ellis. Elvis Martini, what say ye?
Oh, I say it's totally a band.
Totally. Oh, he's all in. Yes.
That's a band, all right. If it's not a band, it's why not? Why the fuck?
Yeah, well, should be, and he's gonna start it.
Pterodactyl, like that's not even a band that would be Christian. It would be more like mocking Christianity, I think. Pterodactyl. Why wouldn't you? Why not? Why not?
Well, here's the sad reality. That not only, but it's a band name you Martini suggested.
I know it is. Yeah, I just made it up.
It's a great name.
Pterodactyl. Why the fuck is not a band named Pterodactyl?
I can't tell you.
I made this shit up.
It very well should be. It very well should be.
Came up with it one day.
It's a great name. I think we can all agree.
I think I came up with it. There was a context. There was a conversation that was happening that created the idea. But I don't remember what the conversation was.
But you were the one who latched onto it. You carried it forward, and it ended up here.
Yeah, but I'm not the one that makes the actual band that his name Pterodactyl. Because
well, you could though, because it doesn't exist.
No. Band guy. Somebody should. Somebody
will. Never fear. Okay, round 3. So right now, just so you know, the scores, as they said, Marthartha and Dr. Ellis are both tied at 2.
Nice.
And Elvis Martini has yet to score.
-3.
No. This had yet to score. So with this next round, depending on how they answer, this could be it. This could very well be it.
Could I gain positive 4 points and trash them all?
You could gain a positive 1 point, and then you could be in the running. And that's how these things mathematically work with sports. I understand sports are not your forte. Neither are they mine.
Yes, that's sort of where balls go back and forth.
Yes, but this is how it works. They are both 2 and 2, and you are 0. If you score 1, you are still in the running. This is how it works. So, for round number 3, ding, 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 the band name is The Soft Spots, which seems especially pertinent given certain relevant events.
Please.
That is a tough one.
The Soft Spots.
I don't know who's going first.
Is it a band?
I'll go first.
You can go first, Elvis. Sure, why not?
I'm gonna say no. It's not a band, because if it was a band, I would. I'm huge. It sounds like the Soft Spots is like an 80s band, like a new wave kind of Night Flight Plus kind of band,
Sure.
you know?
I gotcha. Yeah,
And
yeah.
if that was the case, if they really existed, I definitely would have heard. There's no band that could possibly exist past that era, or even before it.
With that name that you
With
would
that
not have
name,
heard.
yeah, it did that. No, what was the name again?
The Soft Spots.
Yeah, that
The
one.
soft, like the
Yeah,
soft
that-
spot
that
like on
one.
the top of the
That's
head
the thing.
when they talk about a baby. That's the
Yeah.
soft spot. Yeah.
How is baby formed?
How is baby? Yeah, exactly. So okay,
They
so I
need
had
to
you down.
do weigh and day.
Okay.
What?
They need to weigh in, stain them.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
no, that's my answer. I'm good.
I have you down for a solid negative.
That's a no.
No.
That's a
No answer. Marthartha, what do you think? The soft spots.
This is a tough call. I don't like the earlier ones I had like a gut instinct about, but this one, I don't know. So I'm just gonna say yes. I think it's
Yes.
probably a band.
Say, just say yes.
Just say
when
yes.
in doubt, just say yes.
Exactly. I like it. She's a very positive person. Just say yes when in doubt. So I have you down for a yes for Dr. Ellis. What do you think?
Oh, I definitely think it's a band. It's a soft cell inspired sort of, you know.
He's very
But
specific.
there's so many, like, there's Soft Machine.
Soft Machine. Oh yes, I love soft.
Soft Machine?
Yeah.
A progressive band. Yes.
It's
Soft
definitely
Not very well known.
kind of
I was look that up.
throwback to the 80s.
Look them up. They're like a proto gong, Gentle Giant,
Sweet.
Dog
I
frames and type prog rock.
just downloaded the Gong set because of I saw it on.
There you go. If you enjoy gong,
I don't know if
listen
I
to
think
it.
I listened to
You
some.
need to listen to it first, but if you do,
But
then
I doubt. Yeah.
consider digging deeper for Soft Machine. Yeah.
There's a lot of really great semi-punk or maybe even proto-punk bands that
That's right.
existed that have not been recognized. I've got
Lots of
some.
them.
I've got some of them.
That's why this game exists. This
Magazine.
game exists
There's a group
to
called Magazine.
promote the bands that have never been heard. Because is it a band? Well, you don't know until you've heard that yes, it is in fact a band, and you need to go listen to it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Is It a Band just exists because we're all idiots.
That's just your own hang-ups.
There's a band called Magazine, which it's kind of semi-punk. I don't know what you consider it. It may be post-punk, but I guess it depends on the year. And also, there's a really great band, Death. There's a great documentary about these guys, and they were an all-black band that they produced a punk album before punk was even a thing.
You said an all-black band.
Yeah,
Yes,
they're
kinda cut out, yeah.
they were all Negroes.
Yes.
They were all black men. And they produced.
I'm all about the all-black band. All-black rock
they
bands,
produced-
all-black punk.
The album that they made, their band was called Death, and the album that they made predecessed punk, and it's also really fucking good. It's so fucking awesome. Like
Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed that they were ahead of everyone?
But it's so fucking good. They're not necessarily ahead. I think they just happen to be on the same wave, and they just.
Well,
They went unpublished because of shit happened and whatever, but somebody discovered them. But they were basically proto-punk. They were riding on the wave of proto-punk. They didn't invent it, but they were riding on that wave. And
I mean, you can't really say that anybody,
no, but it
person or
doesn't.
group invented it.
Invention
Yeah,
is, especially as far as trends and memes go, like it may start somewhere.
At the right time, at the right point, and
Kind of,
the right
yeah,
people,
kind of,
and,
yeah.
And then it gets attributed to you.
but
kind of like the Church of the Subgenius. I mean,
right? It had inspirations. There's different. It's not original. Nothing's original.
Yeah.
Everything comes out of a certain.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, Elvis. What I got to tell you is that after 3 rounds of Is It a Band, you are not the winner.
Damn it!
Okay, and not only
I thought I could just talk my way through it.
No. I got wise here.
Damn.
It's the same Subgenius plan over. But here's the thing: between Marthartha and Dr. Ellis, because they voted the same way in every round, every time,
instant death.
Well, possibly, but they're tied.
Yeah, instant death. Let's have an instant death.
Right. So here we go.
We're tied.
Round number 4.
Sudden death.
Round number 4. Yeah, not instant death. Sudden death. I mean, instant sounds a little. It's harsh. Sudden, maybe not so much.
Sudden is sudden. Yeah. So it's more palatable.
Maybe you still have a chance to duck out from there, but it happens not so much like instant. So, okay, so
instant death. Let's go.
There we go. Bing, 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 bing. Round 4. Is it a band? Hypothetical band is Twisted Nipple.
Twisted Nipple.
Twisted Nipple.
What?
Twisted Nipple.
Twisted Nipple?
Well, what I will do is I will say whatever the opposite of you say.
Oh, but that's what I was gonna do.
Well, you're gonna.
I said it first.
If one of you is gonna win, you're gonna have to. You're going to have to agree to disagree.
Your answer determines which one of us wins.
All right. Well,
So now wait a second. So Dr. Ellis, what was your answer?
I'm answering the opposite of what Marthartha answered.
Oh,
They're gaming the system.
You effectively have not answered at this point. Okay.
They figured out the exit strategy.
Yeah, well, he did for sure. Well, we'll see how it works out for him. Marthartha, what do you think? Twisted Nipple, is it a band or not?
since you stole my strategy from me, I guess I will say Twisted Nipple. I don't think it's a band. I think that's the kind of band name that a lot of people have thought of and talked about making their band name, but no one's ever actually made it their band name because
they didn't have the twisted balls to name their band Twisted Nipple.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say no.
Okay, I have you down for a firm no, which means, therefore, Dr. Ellis is down for a yes, whether he actually believes it or not, because that's what he said he was going to go with.
I think Dr. Ellis is probably just down for getting laid tonight.
This would be my first Is It a Band victory ever, including like all the times I've played along at home. I have never, ever.
I think yes. I think between the two, first victory for either one of you, and so thus, in either case, let me just congratulate the both of you for having played and having played so well.
Oh, thank you.
What's the answer? Congratulations for getting the right answer. Come on.
Fine contestants. Okay, the answer is, I don't want to hold you in suspense too much longer. The answer is that Twisted Nipple is in fact a band.
No!
I'm sorry. I hate to be the one.
No fucking way! Twisted Nipple?
Well,
somebody named that fucking band Twisted.
It was a
That's exactly what I'd expect them to
It was a suggestion from the mother, the hyper mother. Aster 6. Twisted Nipple was a suggestion from.
There's a band called Twisted Nipple.
Absolutely.
Oh my god. I can't handle this.
Victory was so close.
Within your grasp. Within your grasp.
Oh wow, there you go.
It's okay. It's okay.
Coming from a guy who once got so drunk that he thought his best friends were space aliens, I can't handle this. I can't. I can't.
Space aliens would have been fine. You get so drunk that your best friends are dust bunnies rolling across the floor in front of you.
Ooh, that's DMT though.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, there's much further.
Yeah, there's a big difference between getting fucked up on DMT and getting fucked up on alcohol. Big
Exactly. Big difference.
Anyway.
Big difference.
Shit.
Anyway, congratulations to Dr.
Yay.
Officially he's
I
now
thought it was
officially
out,
on the
man.
big board.
I'm on the big.
You're gonna get a.
You were no longer in the running, Mike.
Oh, that's right, because it was.
Yes.
What? No, I didn't make.
Well, it's the first of three,
Oh.
and yet they had both gotten to three, and then it was the tiebreaker.
Oh.
Yes, that's. I'm
Sorry, I think I
sorry to
interrupted
say.
somebody from ranting.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Immortalized
Somebody else was saying
in
something when I.
fucking Hall of Fame annals.
Annals?
I don't know about that.
You're gonna be in the annals, darling.
I would love to be in the annals of the.
I'm no Cosmac.
I wouldn't actually. I wouldn't.
Let's put it this way:
Not an annal.
if you win a game, you will be on a card.
Literally everything you just said after game, I didn't hear because.
If you win a game, you will forever be immortalized on a card. And by a card, I mean a baseball-style card for Is It a Band, which I will create with your likeness.
Where are you gonna get
Gimped on.
Yeah, that's cool.
Should I receive that?
I'll just keep losing. That's fine.
Yeah. Well, if you don't want your likeness to be,
Yeah, that's not.
then
a lot of people
give me someone else's face.
that, hey, I want to take your picture. A lot of people
It's
have
all-
actually
it's up to
they've
you.
taken one look at me and hidden their
Really?
cameras.
Because that
Yeah.
happens to other people all the time.
They didn't want.
When we stopped.
Yeah,
to-
people,
What, they thought they were gonna
look at
break
me
their
and they put
camera?
Their phones away. They fucking pull their kids closer.
It's funny.
That's all
People are
changed
stupid.
now. Now that you've been Is It a Band famous, kids are gonna ask for your autograph.
It's pretty famous. I must admit, it feels good. It feels good.
I'm happy for you.
Finally won
Even though you
something.
stole my strategy and took the game at the last second.
Well,
I'm happy for
You
you.
know what really feels good is the girl that gave me back rubs until I fell asleep, and I broke up with her because I'm an idiot. And that's partially why I drink so much these days.
Yeah!
So,
I can't
so
remember
what's oh hey, what's up?
what's happening. I thought I was silent the whole time. I wanted to play Is It a Band, but
Negative, you sound awesome.
am I here? Can you hear me real well?
Yeah, but you sound like a special effect from some movie. It's echo. Well, it's like God, like chiming in. I don't know, fucking Land of the Lost.
Would you like to hear a joke?
Yeah.
Alright, here's my joke. The ducks in a pond.
No, wait. Sorry.
No, I know, you got it already, actually. Trust me, that's going to be the funniest part of the whole joke. Two ducks in a pond, right? One duck looks at the other duck, and he's like, hey, how about them politics? And the other duck's like, what the quack?
Goodbye, Richard Negative. Goodbye. Goodbye.
That's the end of the joke.
Goodbye. It's nice talking to you.
I'm here.
I'm here all minute, folks. I'm here all minute. I love this show. I love this show when Fox is not around. That's what I love. Anyway, welcome to the show. Did we finish Is It a Band? I don't think we did.
yeah.
It's done. It's all over.
Okay, so the next one is Kill, Mary, Fuck then, right? But yeah, it has to be different for every person. You can't say
We did
kill,
the
marry,
book
fuck.
edition.
You can't do it twice, right? So, like, we had a good one on Flatus.
So like between the three of them,
yeah.
kill, marry, fuck. Which one of them would you kill, marry, or fuck? Kill, marry, or fuck.
Right. But
No,
you have to.
you.
You have to.
No, you. I'm asking you which of the three options.
What three options? What three options?
No, which of the three options? Kill, marry, or fuck. Which one of those three options?
Well, I would
kill, marry, or fuck.
I would marry fuck, and I would kill.
Nice.
But No, I think I would kill marry.
You clearly have not thought this through.
And I would fuck. But I would
marry, kill, then fuck.
But which one would you fuck? You'd marry, kill, but which one would you fuck of the other two?
Would you fuck, or would Would you fuck marry?
The one that deserves the most, I guess.
Kill? So you'd fuck kill.
Fuck kill marry. And what's the other one?
Marry fuck.
No, Mary already married. Kill, marry, fuck. So you marry, kill.
Have I confused
fuck.
you guys? Did I do that?
I'm pretty sure with my abilities, I was able to answer that question correctly. What? I have no idea. Who are we talking about?
Who's actually saying anything at all? Who is this? That's like the third Richard negative I've heard today. There's like 3 different people that have used Richard negative. Who the fuck are you? Where are you? What's going on? I want to know.
I'm a man
Those dick minuses are a dime a dozen.
I want to know what's going on in your part of the world, faux Richard negative. What the fuck's happening there? What's going on?
Well, I live in the nice place of Gainesville, Florida, and it's like about 110 degrees, and it's fucking hot as shit, and that's what it is.
Under 8 feet of water.
That doesn't sound like.
I don't think we're below sea level where I live because we never get really affected by the hurricane.
So you're saying that climate change is
Yet.
I don't call it climate change. I call it gen dissipation. That's my official.
Gen dissipation. Dissipation. You heard it here first.
Dissipation.
You heard it here, folks. First. What? Dissipation.
That's a real word. I looked it up once.
What does it not mean?
It doesn't mean that you worship Satan and the plants will rise from the ground and take your body in and eat them like little maggots. It doesn't mean that at all.
That's very dissipative.
Let's have a listen. Oh.
Folks, I can't carry this show on my own. I can talk over you all as much as you want, and I can say...
No, I was just.
I can start saying that aliens fucking dissipate all the other things.
How our background music was doing.
Who's all going to Area 51 to see Bob and all that?
Peas is gonna be there right front, leading
it. Paper.
That's right. He should bottle his bathwater.
Do you guys think this thing is? What do you think is gonna actually happen? Like, obviously it's a meme. It's going on.
I think they're all gonna get gunned down. They're just gonna get mowed down in a hail of machine gun fire, and it's all gonna be disavowed. And those people didn't even exist. Are they dead? No, they didn't even exist. People can't be dead if they didn't even exist in the first place. That's stupid.
Well, it's not like we're gonna miss a lot of the people that get displaced. Like These aren't the smartest of the uprights.
Either way, the best take on this whole thing is the meme yield, because even if it
Oh yeah, no matter what happens.
No matter what happens, there will be memes.
Yeah, I won't have.
Oh yes, there will always be memes.
If they all can out, there'll be memes. If they all get shot, there'll be memes. And if they find a bunch of stuff, there will be memes.
If everyone dies and there's to witness any of it, there will still be memes.
Memes fall, everyone dies.
So either way, all of us at home on the internet are winners in this situation.
Yeah,
Praise Bob!
We're all winners, that's for sure.
We're a winner.
Praise Bob.
That's how I see it.
I just want to know what if, in advance of this big, very well publicized event, they take everything from Area 51 and they move it to Area 52, and you're like, "Come on, y'all! Yeah, we got nothing to hide."
Yeah, well,
geez, they got us, guys. How come we never thought of that?
Where? Oh, you found us out. Here
They
we
have to
were.
rewrite a lot of video games and movies. Area 52? I'm sorry.
yeah, like what I
It's not
think is
possible.
kind of weird is that, we've been talking about Area 51 for 35, 40 years. If it's such a top secret facility, I think
They
the
sort of blew
government
it.
would have moved shit 35 or 40 years ago and then just been like, yeah, Area 51, super top secret, you don't want to go there, yeah, aliens and
Right.
shit, yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, they let the myth perpetuate, but they move evidence to a completely other different site.
Totally
Yeah.
legit, all at Area
Right.
51.
Right, they moved it all to Area 52, duh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what Area 52 is. It's just Devil's Tower from Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It's a hall of...
Well, but let me tell you,
So what they want to do...
state of Wyoming, the area, the Devil's Tower was formed when some Native American princesses were being chased by a devil bear in the woods, and they found a mound and they ran up on top of it to escape from the devil bear. And then the thunder god in the sky, he grew the mound up into the sky to protect them from the devil bear, and so they rose up into the air, and the devil bear was scraggling and scraping and trying to claw his way up to them, and he dragged all of the marks that you see, the vertical scratches all around the monument. And but he couldn't get to them, and then the Thunderbird, he took them and he took them off, and he made them be the Pleiades. Except for he didn't know them as the Pleiades, so the Seven Sisters. So he never talked to a Greek. He had no concept of the Greeks, so just forget that part.
I bet that
the Seven
Area
Sisters.
35 is where the cool people are.
I always think it was a
35.
giant petrified tree stump.
It was the Yggdrasil. Yes, it was the world tree. Someone chopped that fucker down, but the stump petrified.
Yeah, that's some Paul
Yeah.
Bunyan era stuff.
But where did the tree go? That would have been a huge fucking tree.
That's not important. It doesn't matter where the tree goes. The only thing that matters is that you chopped it down.
Surely.
That seems to me the point of the parable.
Yeah, if you're Paul Bunyan, you would
Doesn't matter.
just chop trees down.
These are not things that you're supposed to take literally.
People are not like, hey, you're Paul Bunyan, you're a giant man. Let's hear some of your giant poetry.
You can't say, well, okay, they chopped the tree down, where's the tree? That's
Chop the
retarded. You're assuming the tree existed. It's a fucking metaphor. It's fucking retarded.
But Paul Bunyan was
I have
totally
to
real.
rethink my entire
That much.
life. I've been writing poetry about all this nonstop.
So tell us your best poem.
Alright. I saw a tree. I looked at it. I looked at its leaves. I looked at its heart. I looked at the roots that grew out of the ground. and I chop that fucker down.
Paul Bunyan, is this you?
It's actually not a bad poem. I like it.
It's not a terrible poem, especially if you're Paul Bunyan. And
I think it's actually a really
especially
good poem.
good job of hiding your identity.
I really like you have a ability to actually say, I don't know what the word is, to recite the poem in a way
The
that
recitation.
it's palatable. So your voice is you have a good voice too.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
And
Can make
actually,
you feel
isn't there a Richard Negative that's like an old guy with a mustache? Like, I don't. It's the same person.
There's a Richard Negative who's a baby.
There's a
There's a
scrub.
Richard Negative who's like a teenager.
Are you
There's
the
a
same?
Richard Negative.
Are you the same Richard Negative that's on Scrub Genius?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. You have an icon that's like an old guy with a mustache, don't you?
I'm an old guy with a mustache.
Surely that's him.
Isn't that your icon?
People's avatars can't lie.
I assumed that Richard Negative was one of the old school subgenii from like way back in the day. An old dude with a mustache, so your voice kind of fucks it up for me. So.
No, I joined like within the last year and a half.
Oh, okay.
So the lesson to be learned is that you anything that you think you know.
Don't you have an icon that is like an old guy with a mustache?
I have an icon that is me with a mustache. Okay. Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
it's an old guy. I don't know.
Maybe you just
Maybe
think
wearing
he's
a
old.
bandana, looking cool.
See, that's the thing. He thinks he looks cool. You think he looks.
I didn't say
This is
that
the problem.
I'm cool. I think you're probably.
Well, no, I mean old guys could be cool, but you think he looks old.
I'm just surprised.
He knows that he's young.
I mean, I really have to ask, like, by my Scrub Genius picture, how old do you think I look?
I may be mistaking my own recollection. I just remember some old fucking dude with a mustache.
He just knows that he assumed you were an ancient, and then he just ran with it forever.
Yeah, I make a lot of assumptions, and I live with them.
Hey, guess what, guys? In 5 minutes, it will be my birthday.
No
And
shit.
I'll be
You're 39th?
36.
36.
36, motherfucker.
Baby. It's a baby.
He's a baby man. That's fantastic.
36.
Well done.
36
Congratulations.
world that has tormented me so much and has led me to talk to you guys over Discord.
Yeah, you thought the torment was over. Well, congratulations on making it this far, my friend.
Yes, I plan on making at least another 20 years.
Hallelujah. I'm
Shit.
all behind you.
It's more than I've got.
Specifically, I'm behind you because if you go into the room and there's a trap, you're going to be the one to die first. That's why I'm behind you.
Well, listen, I'm probably going to roll like a D20 or something like that and sneak right out of it.
Saving throw. Make that saving throw. That's all that matters.
But, Negative, what's your goal in life?
Like a real goal?
Yeah. You know, what
Yeah, not like a goal like a soccer goal. Like a real goal.
Oh, I just
I
put
mean-
my thumb on a fucking pipe when you said that. That's your fault.
Well, I've actually completed most of
It's
them,
all my
actually.
fault. I take the blame.
Sorry, what?
I've actually completed most of them.
Well done.
Yeah, actually, it's pretty awesome.
Bravo.
What goals have you accomplished? What are the goals you're proud of, your achievements? What are you done?
I went to release an album. I did. Mr. Negative,
Cool.
Deep Space Grind Volume 1. And I went on to make the next album, which I had a music video for. I always wanted a music video.
Who produced
got
the
it.
music video?
Accomplished. Check.